U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin provided an update this morning on her efforts to stop what she calls the president's illegal war with Iran. Baldwin, a Democrat representing Wisconsin, has called for public hearings with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. This says she's introduced a war powers resolution that would block further military action without congressional approval. Baldwin says Trump started, quote, a war of choice, and that the American people deserve to know why.
If Leader Thune refuses to hold public hearings and the Trump administration continues to hide in darkness, I'm prepared to force every single senator to go on record and tell the American people whether or not they support another endless foreign war.
And we did reach out to Wisconsin's Republican U.S. Senator Ron Johnson for his thoughts, but we have not heard back yet.